There was a man whose skin was dark, but whose heart was light, whose body was weak, but whose voice would one day echo through the heavens. His name was Bilal ibn Rabah. He wasn't born free. He wasn't born into wealth or comfort. He was born a slave in Mecca, owned, ordered, beaten, used, humiliated, forgotten by people, but not forgotten by Allah. When the message of Islam came, and the name Allah rose above idols, Bilal heard it, and his heart awakened. He said what others were afraid to say: Ahad, Ahad, one God, one God. But the price of that faith was pain. His master, enraged by his defiance, dragged him to the middle of the desert, stripped him down, tied him, and placed a boulder on his chest so heavy it crushed his ribs. The sun burned his skin, the sand tore his back, and the whip struck him again and again. Yet, all Bilal would say was, Ahad, Ahad, one God. Not once did he curse, not once did he break, because when Allah places light in your heart, no darkness of this world can put it out. Then came Abu Bakr, a man of honor, gentleness, and quiet strength. He saw Bilal, broken but unbending. He stood before the master and bought Bilal's freedom with his own wealth. And from that moment on, Bilal was no longer a slave of men. He was a servant of the Most Merciful. And years later, when the Muslims finally took Mecca without bloodshed, and idols were broken inside the Kaaba, the Prophet chose one voice to climb above the Kaaba and call out the Adhan, not the voice of the rich, not the voice of a tribal leader, but the voice of Bilal, the man who once lay in chains, now stood above the house of Allah, calling out, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and the skies listened, and the angels rejoiced, and the Prophet wept. You see, sometimes the people with the deepest pain are the ones chosen for the highest honor. Bilal didn't have a high lineage. He didn't wear expensive clothes, but he had what this world cannot measure, a heart that refused to bow to anyone but Allah. And when the Prophet left this world, Bilal's heart broke. He couldn't bear to call the Adhan again. His voice would shake with tears. Where is Muhammad? He would ask. Where is my beloved? He left Medina, and only returned once, years later. The people begged him, Bilal, please call the Adhan for us, one more time. And when he stood and said, Allahu Akbar, the entire city of Medina began to cry, because every voice reminded them of him. Every word carried the weight of love and loss. And just before Bilal left this world, he smiled. His wife cried beside him, "Oh Bilal, what a sad day this is." And he whispered back, "No, what a joyful day. Tomorrow I meet Muhammad and his companions." So if you feel unseen, if you feel like your past holds you down, if you're fighting silent battles no one knows about, remember Bilal, the slave who became the voice of Islam, the man people once stepped on. Allah raised him above his house, because when you hold on to Ahad, the one and only, he will lift you, he will honor you, he will make your voice heard in places you never imagined. Just stay firm, stay faithful, and never forget, the highest ranks in Allah's eyes are not the ones who live easy, but the ones who endure and rise.